Dear Representative Tom Lantos, I am Dr. Zayanov, a former Russian chemical weapons whistleblower and recently an American citizen. As a native Tatar, I am keeping in contact with my relatives and friends in Tatarstan and Bashkortostan, which are still Russian colonies. I must tell you that I was very happy with Radio AZATLIQ, the Tatar version of Radio Liberty, Svoboda, before collapse of the Soviet Union. It did a great job for the collapse of the communist regime in Russia. But right now, this very important source of information doesn't live up to its name. It doesn't inform listeners about the basics of democracy and how it's working in USA and in other Western democratic countries. No one of the participants of the Tatar websites knows about it. And what Mr. Putin means when he's saying that he's for democracy, but not for American democracy. Unfortunately, this is not surprising, because Radio AZATLIQ, which is broadcasting Tatar, became in reality one of the branches of official Tatar local governmental radio. Many journalists of that working there also for Radio AZATLIQ. The same news about milk and oil production, harvest, spring work in kolkhozes, about the budget of Kazan, permanent chronicle of the travels of Tatar so-called President Mr. Shaymiev, former communist boss and appointee of Mr. Putin, his activities and local governmental activities, folk dancing, singing, etc. are basic news of Radio AZATLIQ. Up to these days, Radio AZATLIQ was relayed in FM. As you know, no independent media get any such cooperation even in Moscow. Moreover, Putin administration is prosecuting independent mass media with full force. Why are these things going in Kazan with Radio AZATLIQ? Why is the chief of Kazan Bureau of Radio AZATLIQ a former Communist Party activist and journalist Mr. Emzil Valiyev, whose wife Zilia Valiyev is current deputy of Prime Minister of Tatarstan, allowed to have such power? Many writers, artists, actors, and politicians in Tatarstan and Bashkortostan are unhappy with this and asking me why you say government is allowing this radio to remain the tool of the former Communist Party bosses. I think it's outrageous when the anti-American propaganda in Russia, particularly in Tatarstan and Bashkortostan, is flourishing, and when Russia really doesn't have independent mass media. Everything they is still under the control of KGB. Knowing you, Mr. Congressman, as a staunch anti-communist and true democratic representative of the USA Congress, I'd ask you to get involved in these inappropriate activities of Radio AZATLIQ to change its work so it will successfully promote democratic ideas and values of our country and for real democratization of Russia.